Welcome back, children. Now let's study about the chapter Journey to the End of the Earth by Xii-English. If we want to know more about the planet's past, present, and future, the Antarctica is the best place to go to. Bon voyage. It's a quotation which means that Antarctica is the best place to know about the past, present, and future of the Earth. So, children, in this travelogue, Xii-English gives an account of her journey to Antarctica in the Russian research vessel, the academic Xii-English. She makes it clear that if we want to understand the Earth's past, present, and future, Antarctica is the place to go. The study of this region is useful to us because the world's geological history is trapped in Antarctica. Early this year, I found myself aboard a Russian research vessel, the academic Xii-English, heading towards the coldest, driest, windiest continent in the world, Antarctica. My journey began 13.09 degrees north of the equator in Madras and involved crossing 9 time zones, 6 checkpoints, 3 bodies of water, and at least as many ecospheres. By the time I actually set foot on the Antarctic continent, I had been traveling over 100 hours in combination of a car, an aeroplane, and a ship. So my first emotion on facing Antarctica's expansive white landscape and uninterrupted blue horizon was relief, followed up with an immediate and profound wonder. Wonder at its immensity, its isolation, but mainly at how there could ever have been a time when India and Antarctica were part of the same landmass. Children, the Students on the Ice program was started by Geoff Green, a Canadian, 6 years ago. Under this program, high school students are taken to the ends of the world and provided inspiring educational opportunities which will help them to encourage in developing a new understanding and respect for our planet. Green offers the future generations of policymakers a life-changing experience at an age when they are ready to absorb, learn, and most importantly, act. Antarctica has a simple ecosystem. It lacks biodiversity. Therefore, Antarctica is the perfect place to study how little changes in the environment can have big consequences. Xii-English, a sun-worshipping South Indian, got a chance to work in the chilly atmosphere of Antarctica. The author boarded the academic Xii-English, the name of their ship, a Russian research ship bound for Antarctica. It is the coldest, driest, windiest continent in the world. Her journey began 13.09 degrees north of the equator in Madras. It involved crossing 9 time zones, 6 checkpoints, 3 oceans, and at least as many ecospheres. She had been traveling over 100 hours in combination of car, airplane, and ship before she set foot on the Antarctic continent. She was first filled with relief and then wonder. Now let's study about the history. 650 million years ago, a giant amalgamated southern supercontinent, Gondwana, did indeed exist, centered roughly around the present day Antarctica. Things were quite different then. Humans hadn't arrived on the global scene, and the climate was much warmer, hosting a huge variety of flora and fauna. For 500 million years ago, Gondwana thrived, but around the time when the dinosaurs were wiped out and the age of the mammals got underway, the landmass was forced to separate into countries, shaping the globe much as we know it today. To visit Antarctica now is to be a part of that history, to get a grasp of where we have come from and where we could possibly be heading. It's to understand the significance of Cordilleran folds and Precambrian granite shields, ozone and carbon, evolution and extinction. When you think about all that can happen in a million years, it can get pretty and mind boggling. Imagine India pushing northwards, jamming against Asia to buckle its crust and form the Himalayas. South America drifting off to join North America, opening up the Drake Passage to create a cold circumpolar current, keeping Antarctica frigid, desolate, and at the bottom of the world. For a sun worshipping South Indian like myself, 2 weeks in a place where 90% of the Earth's total ice volumes are stored in a chilling prospect, not just for circulatory and metabolic functions, but also for the imagination. It's like walking into a giant ping pong ball, devoid of any human markers, no trees, billboards, buildings. You lose all earthly sense of perspective and time here. The visual scale ranges from the microscopic to the mighty midges and mites to blue whale and icebergs as big as countries. The largest recorded was the size of Belgium. Children, the largest iceberg was of the size of Belgium, which is a country. Days go on, and on its surreal 24-hour austral summer light and an ubiquitous silence, interrupted only by the occasional avalanche or calving sheet, consecrates the place. It's an immersion that will force you to place yourself in the context of the Earth's geological history. And for humans, the prognosis isn't good. So Tisani Dosi, she wondered how there could have been a time when India and Antarctica were part of the same landmass. Geological phenomena helps us to know about the history of humankind. 650 million years ago, a giant southern supercontinent known as Gondwana, it did exist. It was centered roughly around present-day Antarctica. The climate was much warmer then. There were a variety of flora and fauna. Humans had not arrived on the global scene yet. Gondwana thrived for 500 million years. Then came the time when the dinosaurs were wiped out or killed, and the age of mammals began, means the beginning of the human race. But not the human race. Before humans, many more mammals came to existence. At the time, the landmass was forced to separate into countries. So, the landmass was forced to separate into countries, shaping the globe much as we know it today. Means, as we know today, the continents. These many continents did not exist earlier. The earth was a compact place subdivided between water body and the landmass. Slowly the landmass separated, and then came the existence of countries and continents as we know it today. to visit Antarctica now is to be a part of that history. We can get an understanding of where we have come from and where we could possibly be heading. Means, when we are in the Antarctica, we come to know about our history. We come to know about present. We can come to know about our future. We can get an understanding of where we have come from and where we could possibly be heading. It enlightens us about the importance of Cordilleran folds and Precambrian granite shields, ozone and carbon, evolution and extinction. Imagine how India pushed northwards, jammed against Asia to buckle its crust and form the Himalayas. You might have studied, children, in SST the formation of Himalayas and why they are known as young-fold mountains. The author stayed for 2 weeks in Antarctica. It is a place which stores 90% of Earth's total ice volume. Means in Antarctica, 90% of total Earth's ice volume is there. It has no trees, no billboards, no buildings. The visual scene ranges from the microscopic to the mighty midges and mites to blue whale and icebergs. So the microscopic insects to the biggest blue whale and icebergs you will find in Antarctica. Days go on and on in a very strange 24-hour southern hemisphere summer light. Silence pervades everywhere. It is broken by an avalanche or calving ice sheet. So all the time there is silence, but it is broken by the avalanche break when an avalanche slides back down. Now the author explains about the human impact on the nature. It is not a strange topic, children. We know very well about global warming, ecosystem and everything, and how the human beings have deteriorated the earth. You know, children, something comes in my brain. That is polythene. Few months back, before this corona impact, we were spreading polythene everywhere on this earth. And now see, what's the condition? Polythene has enwrapped us. You know, PIP kit, what it is? Just polythene. To save the doctors and the persons, those who are near to the corona patients, to cover those doctors in near ones. Human civilization have been around for a paltry 12,000 years, barely a few seconds on the geological clock. In that short amount of time, we have managed to create quite a ruckus, etching our dominance over nature with our village, towns, cities, megacities. The rapid increase of human population has left us battling with other species for limited resources, and the unmitigated burning of fossil fuels has now created a blanket of carbon dioxide around the world, which is slowly but surely increasing the average global temperature. That is the phenomena, children, you know very well, that is global warming due to the burning of fossil fuels, refrigerants, CFCs. Climate change is one of the most hotly contested environmental debates of our times. Will the West Antarctic ice sheet melt entirely? Will the Gulf Ocean stream or ocean current be disrupted? Will it be the end of the world as we know it? Maybe. Maybe not. Either way, Antarctica is a crucial element in this debate. Not just because it's the only place in the world which has never sustained a human population and therefore remains relatively pristine in this respect, but more importantly because it holds in its ice core 500,000-year-old carbon records. trapped in its layers of ice. If we want to study examine the Earth's past, present, future, Antarctica is the best place. You know, children, carbon records means carbon dating. You might have studied in chemistry. So here the author is talking about the global climatic change. The ice is melting in the mountains. The level of the ocean is rising. Why? Because of the human interference. Human being is going to create villages, towns, cities and megacities. Imagine. And now he has created everything. Population has increased and it is putting a pressure on the natural resources. So all these things we can study in Antarctica. So children, that's all in this video. Rest part we will study in the third and final video. Thank you.